did a 6-hour episode on Star Wars. That's right.
And then we never got a chance to finish up with Food and Wine and also the Skyliner experience.
Yeah.
Epcot Forever.
Those are not very long stories.
Can we summarize that in like
Too close.
a 2-minute summary?
No, because we also
summary.
did. What did we do in Magic Kingdom?
Oh my God, we did everything.
Right?
After we left Galaxy's Edge. Okay, you ready? Here it is. Here it is. The 1-minute summary of the rest of our trip.
It's not possible.
Which should have been longer than our Galaxy's Edge portion, but it wasn't.
I'm going to time this because I'm going to be very impressed. If you can do this in 1 minute,
okay,
I'm going to be impressed.
Okay, I have to think. Okay,
good. Take your time. I got to get set up here.
Give me a second to prepare. Okay, I'm good now.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
So we left Hollywood Studios, we went right to Animal Kingdom. We really couldn't find a great fast pass, so we chose Navi River Journey. That was the only thing we could find. Then we went around, looked at gift shops for a special stuffed animal I was looking for. We also rode Everest, and we also got a little snack at Mr. Kumar's snack road table, whatever it is. Then we left Animal Kingdom. We went over to Magic Kingdom to basically go on the Haunted Mansion and also to search for a Madame Leota Funko Pop, which we did find. We left Magic Kingdom, and then we went all the way over to Epcot, which is where we had...
We did more Magic Kingdom than that.
No, that's all we did. I don't have time. I gotta move on. Then we were at Food and Wine, and then Food and Wine was amazing, and we had amazing shrimp dip at the Coastal Eats, and we went to Canada.
What did we have in Hawaii?
We had a slider in Hawaii. We had Belgian waffles.
And what was the chocolate? What was the name of that place?
It was just a chocolate station, and it was like a flash fried frozen chocolate. We saw the Baja Men in concert. We saw Men. Epcot Forever. We bought Donald Duck stuffed plush that was themed after Mexico, and we saw Epcot Forever, and then we rode the Skyliner. It was amazing. And
where did we go in the Skyliner?
We went to Caribbean Beach and Riviera and all the way back. And we came back and we ordered a lift. And we went back and got our lift. It took half an hour, and the lift was like $56 all the way to Stanford.
That's a minute 8.
Oh, damn it.
Trim it.
It's because you asked me so many damn questions.
You were going to miss things.
I would have been under.
We have so many more stories about the lift and about the Skyliner. We have so many more stories. We
were going to do a whole other episode, but then, like we said, life just gets in the way, as you all know, because you are listening to Disney World podcasts, and, you know, sometimes your work just gets in the way, and that's what happened for us. So we apologize for not being around for about 2 weeks.
I don't apologize for nothing.
No, I'm the one that's sorry. Remember that. I'm Kate. I'm your host.
And I'm joined Patrick.
By Patrick, who is here eating pizza.
Here. Done now.
Thank God. And we were... This was very surprising today. We got mentioned in a local newspaper article on local podcasts, and we're very happy for the publicity. Thank you, Emily, who got credited with our podcast as the podcast maker. So, Emily, the next episode's on you.
That's right.
You and TJ.
Oh, please don't, because you know they'll do it.
They totally would. I'm banking on it that they will at some point just have a drunken episode with us. And along with that, we also got a new review in Apple Podcasts from somebody who has a screen name of Krista Lips.
Can you spell that?
It's the name Krista, followed by Lipps.
See, I thought you said Crystal.
No, Krista Lips.
Because Crystal Lips is
or
completely
it's
different.
Crystal Ips. Maybe her last name is Ips.
Sure, that's right.
Sure, whatever.
She's Ips.
And
Mrs. Ips.
Her review said, love, 5 stars. I really do enjoy the information while being entertained. Pat and Kate do a fantastic job.
That's an interesting conversation to have at some point.
What's that?
The world divided into Pat and Patrick for me.
Ah. Well, Krista apparently can call you Pat.
Yeah, how about
I'm
that?
not allowed. Thanks a lot.
No, I don't. I have never, ever made a big deal about people calling me Pat or Patrick. Never, ever,
You are very, very easygoing about it.
I am. I'm very easygoing about it. But it's very interesting to me because the theater world, the people in the theater world, all call me Pat. As we performed this weekend in the show, and most of those people call me Pat.
Well, what can our listeners call you?
I really don't care as long as they're not saying that other guy other than Kate.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm used to that too.
The guy.
Kate and her co-hosts are wonderful.
The informative host and that guy.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Pat.
You took that on another level. Shame on you.
Sorry, moving on up.
Sorry, not sorry.
Moving on up and out, and I think it's high time to talk about some news in the parks. So this week, some eagle-eyed park goers noticed that in Epcot, near Mission Space, they possibly found an entrance for the new restaurant, Space 220. Which every time I say it, I want to say Space 420.
Space to 420.
Get high. No, literally.
No,
high.
literally. At Disney.
High. So as people walked towards Mission Space, they noticed this little black partition. It almost looked like a little tiny kiosk.
I don't see color, Kate.
You see black, though.
I do.
He is colorblind. But there is a little black curtain that is near the entrance of Mission Space. So it looks like as you start to go to the ride, you can either go to the ride or the restaurant.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which would be pretty cool. It's like, hey, we're going to space, then we're going to a restaurant in space.
Yeah, because the other way, you go to the restaurant and then you throw up at Mission Space.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, let's ride left to right in that order. Mm-hmm. Go on the ride, then go get food. Don't get food, then go on the ride.
Because you will uke.
Uke?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your term for throwing up?
Sure, why not?
I've never heard it used that way.
Instead of puke.
Puke.
Uke.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Still no opening date set for space. They had said fall 2019. That's
and here we are.
Not looking likely, as we are getting snow currently.
Yeah.
In Erie. Yeah. So we are into winter, basically.
Mm-hmm. 8 to 10 inches tonight.
And snow.
Oh, see there, I was not going to do that.
I told you it was going to be a weird one. I just get feelings sometimes.
Okay.
In the Magic Kingdom, the Jingle Cruise has returned.
That's fun.
I know you love Jungle Cruise.
I do and I don't.
I just feel like that's your destiny.
I don't think so.
Someday.
No, I don't think so.
After I've died.
Oh, honey, I've got big plans. Don't worry.
A Jungle Cruise skipper.
No, I don't have. No, that does not. I think if I could do that once and never do it again, it'd be great. But to have to do it over and over again, I think I would stab my eyes.
I think you'd find new jokes.
I don't think I would.
I think you would. Anyway, so the Jingle Cruise has returned, which means that the ride queue is now decorated for Christmas. The skippers will update their jokes, and then around the actual ride, some of the props are decorated.
But will they?
They do. And then all the boats are themed differently. The names are changed a little bit to make it the Jingle Cruise.
Cool.
Yay. This episode's really, really about the transition between Halloween and Christmas.
Is it? Is it about a transition?
Truly. No, we're going to get to the main topic later.
All right.
Yeah. So Hollywood Studios, the archway to the launch bay got a new look. And this is really interesting because back in May, they debuted a brand new logo for Hollywood Studios featuring basically the title, and then some characters were placed within the letters. There was mixed reviews on it. People loved it or they hated it. It was one or the other. So the archway now is a little bit of a different color. It is an off-white background with dark teal accents, and the logo is not the logo that debuted in May. It is similar, but a little bit different. There are no characters in the logo. So I'm anxious to see what becomes of Launch Bay, if that stays Star Wars or if it doesn't.
You know, I'm old enough to remember what Launch Bay was.
And what was it?
It was a place for the youth. It was a place for the Disney television shows. That is where I took my daughters to see Bear in the Big Blue House on stage. One of my favorite memories when my child was like 2 years old, 3 years old, was taking her to go see Bear in the Big Blue House on stage. It was wonderful. And that whole area was probably her favorite part of the entire trip because she knew all of those characters that they had in that area.
Yeah, it still has a Disney Junior dance party.
Right.
You can meet a couple of the characters there. Doc McStuffins has been there.
But not Bear.
I
love Bear in the Big Blue House. As an adult, I love Bear in the Big Blue House.
I'd be eager to find out if that's going to be more of a Disney Junior area, if they're going to expand on that, or if they have other plans.
Yeah, I'm actually curious that I'm surprised that Disney does not have a Disney Junior, like dedicated Disney Junior section.
They're kind of all over.
Yeah.
You can kind of find them here and there, but yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to get the Mickey Shorts Theater there, which will probably show some of the...
Oh, I don't want to see his shorts.
I know. They're dirty. Need to be cleaned.
Gross.
And then last but not least, in Animal Kingdom, there is a brand new holiday mural there that you can take pictures by. And this mural features the Tree of Life with animals that are fashioned after the new white holiday puppets that people are carrying around the park.
I don't see color, Kate.
They're white. You do see those colors.
I do see
you
white,
just read green colorblind.
You're right.
Actually, I had some students asking today, like, what you do when you're driving. I said, well, he's not blind.
Top is stop. Bottom
exactly.
is go.
They're like, what about stop signs? I'm like, octagon.
It says the word stop on it.
Well, I didn't want to, assume you knew how to read that well. But yeah.
I have to sound it all out, which takes me time. It's past. So I miss it completely.
Yeah. Do you feel like buying some merchandise today?
Nope.
Too bad. I'm going to buy some merchandise. So if you are a fan of advent calendars and Disney plush,
And who isn't?
you're in luck because you can now buy in the parks a Disney advent calendar with a little tiny plush toy that you can pull out of the pocket every
How
day.
in the hell do we not have that?
Well, Christmas is coming, Patrick.
Stop.
Okay. Hammer time.
How in the heck do we not own that?
It's okay. You were allowed to say some swear words.
Is that all right? I don't want
Sure.
to. All right.
It's a place. It's a noun. Heck.
Yes.
Anyway, it's $55.95. That might be why.
Well, that's a big reason.
And some of the things, and I'm not saying like you're going to pull out like a Funko Pop or a Tsum Tsum. It's not like that. You're pulling out these little tiny.
The biggest advent calendar you've ever seen in your entire life.
It's like the gigantic
16-foot tall.
18-inch plushes out of each one.
And I hope one of them is the stormtrooper costume. The
$1,500 Stormtrooper. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
They're tiny. They're almost not even three-dimensional. They're very thin. But it does feature plushes of Stitch in a holiday hat. There's some gingerbread versions of our favorite characters and Chip and Dale and a bunch of others that I could not see because it is not yet pulled out of the advent calendar.
Right.
And then if you are looking for some holiday pajamas, you're in luck because there are new onesie pajamas at the parks featuring the Haunted Mansion, Disneyland, It's a Small World, and Minnie Mouse.
Would you wear a onesie?
Listen, if somebody bought me a Haunted Mansion onesie, I would wear it.
Here's what I think would happen with you. I think in the middle of the night you try to kick off your socks and would give yourself
I don't know if I'd wear it to bed.
fits. I think you'd give yourself fits trying to
wouldn't
kick
wear
your
it to
sock.
bed.
You would wake up like, why can't I do that?
Because let's be clear here. If I'm wearing a onesie, I'm also wearing clothes underneath.
Oh.
I am that person. I'm cold. I'm cold all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So for those of you who don't know, Kate has this habit of wearing socks to bed, and then at some point in the middle of the night, she takes her socks off. She doesn't know she does it, but she does it so that when we do the laundry, when we do the sheets, there's always a nice little collection of socks in the bed.
And the other night, when my feet were cold, I said, "Oh, I should have put Oh, there's some socks. I found them with my feet. Convenient."
Did you put them on without your hands? Because that would be impressive.
I don't remember. I was too
I'm gonna say
tired.
yes.
I was too tired. Anyway, I'm just saying, if a Haunted Mansion onesie showed up at my door, I would not be mad. It's
Yep.
very
Christmas
very
is
fashionable.
coming.
At the resorts.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Did you like that?
You like that a lot.
I love that one. The Grand Floridian is set to open its gingerbread house, which comes back every year. The opening is set 2 days from this recording, November 13th.
Do you have to be a redhead to go to that?
Why?
Gingerbread.
Oh, my God.
No? Okay.
You are excused.
Okay.
Get out.
See ya.
So the gingerbread house is a little bit of a lie. It does feature gingerbread, but underneath the gingerbread is an actual, like, giant dollhouse.
Because they're afraid children would eat the walls?
Well, perhaps. I mean, that there are stanchions set up so that you can't really get to the house itself.
I see.
Probably security guards, but they set
Son, please stop eating the walls.
Augustus, don't eat it. But they set up the house first, and they put the gingerbread around it. And while you visit it, you can also sample the gingerbread, not at the actual house, and buy special gingerbread foods there. There's
That's not
gingerbread
sanitary.
merchandise.
Yeah.
No, not very much. And on top of that, the Grand Floridian's pastry chef, Christine Farmer, will have a signing event with a limited edition trading pin in the lobby on the following dates, November 16th, 23rd, and 30th from 1 to 2 p.m. Very small window of time. She's very busy. She has to go make other gingerbread houses, which is actually maybe true because the Wilderness Lodge is also getting, for the first time ever, a gingerbread cabin. This is the first time the Wilderness Lodge will get its own gingerbread construction. The cabin is currently being assembled in the lobby. And kind of like the Grand Floridian one, this cabin is first constructed with wood. And then the Disney pastry chefs cover that with individual pieces of gingerbread. Icing is then used to fill in as extra cement to hold the shingles and logs together. There will be merchandise commemorating this event, but there's no known opening date yet. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, very cool. I would love to be there in the thick of it, but I know that it's super busy.
Right.
So I always advise people to not go during the holidays, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
You love that kind of stuff.
I do.
And you do.
I do indeed. Yeah. In Disney Springs,
We haven't talked about Disney Springs in a while.
I know. They have something really cool. They have a Christmas tree trail. And so the Christmas tree trail is full of themed trees. And of course, Disney, they go all out. And so there's tons of photo opportunities, and there's falling snow as well, like they do on Main Street. And then there's going to be special food and beverage kiosks and merchandise from select shops throughout the trail as well. So there's a couple of trees that are going to be themed. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to share all of them because there's tons. But a couple of the trees that are going to be featured are going to be a Beauty and the Beast tree, a Princess and the Frog tree, a Haunted Mansion tree, yay, Disney Villains tree, Star Wars tree, Lion King, Mary Poppins, Fantasia, and Tangled. That's just a few to name. So make sure that you head through Disney Springs. That's going to be pretty neat to see.
A tangled tree.
A tangled tree.
All right.
Because it's all tangled up
All right.
in itself. I would assume that Rapunzel's hair will be featured in that tree, of course.
I would think so.
Yeah. Are you feeling hungry?
Yes, in fact, I just had a piece of pizza.
Let's talk about some dining then. So Topolino's,
Topolino.
that's my own sound effect for it. I
There
need
you
no
go.
other sound effect, is going to be opening soon. And there's going to be a new character breakfast there.
I'm sorry. What do you mean it's going to be opening soon? Has it been closed?
It's not open yet. It's at the Riviera.
Oh, I thought it had been open.
Nope.
Oh, I've been lied to.
Nope.
So we talked about Topolinos for a long time.
Topolino's. Yeah, because it's going to be
It's
pretty
coming.
cool. Because it's like a rooftop. It's near the top of the Riviera. And so there's going to be a character breakfast,
Really?
which is going to be very popular, number one, for the characters, but also
Really?
because it's at the top of a very beautiful hotel, and now it's accessible by the Skyliner, so it's going to be very popular, I think. This is going to feature Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Daisy, kind of like Tusker House, and kind of like Chef Mickey. And the breakfast is going to feature a lot of really tasty sounding food, including Danish croissants, blueberry scones. We have rustic pull-apart baguettes, your choice of a quiche Gruyere with house-made pancetta.
I'm so happy you didn't have me pronounce these.
I know, that's why I'm doing it. Wood-fired butcher steak, smoked salmon, spiced sausage hash, 2 eggs, any style, a plant-based egg omelet, and more. The egg is in quotation marks. What does that mean?
It's not really an egg.
It's not really
It's
an egg.
Faux egg.
It's a faux egg.
Fweg.
Feg. It's a feg.
That's oh man.
A faux egg, yeah. Along with that, the Regal Eagle has now revealed its menu. This is the new table service that's going to be heading over to Epcot in the American Pavilion.
So is
And-
that Sam the Eagle?
Oh, I hope.
Yeah.
It is the American way.
That was really good.
This is a Christmas Carol. It is the British way. It's one of my favorite movies.
All right.
So anyway, this is right up your alley, Patrick.
Go on.
So you're going to be able to order perhaps a sliced Texas beef brisket sandwich with house-made spicy mop sauce on garlic toast.
Spicy mop sauce.
Yeah, it's from the mop out of the. It's a special sauce. It's just mop juice.
Okay.
That's all it is. You can have a South Carolina smoked sausage sandwich with tangy mustard sauce and caramelized onions.
South Carolina smoked sausage sandwich.
Or perhaps you might want Memphis dry rub pork ribs.
Nope.
No?
There's nothing I can say about that. That'll be clean and happy.
How about a plant-based barbecue burger with a plant-based patty topped with a barbecue jackfruit on vegan garlic sauce?
Did you on purpose skip the North Carolina chopped smoked pork butt?
I'm just trying to get the best of the best from the list.
You missed the butt.
How about a power green salad with
Attach
chilled
the butt.
pulled chicken, citrus, and a citrus vinaigrette? Mm-hmm. Do any of those sound tasty to you?
Grilled
you
burger
love
with
barbecue.
barbecue pork? Yep.
Yep, that sounds very tasty. And then Be Our Guest is now all set for Christmas because the restaurant has decorated. It is themed now for the holidays. So there are some Christmas trees, special ornaments that are characters from the film of Beauty and the Beast, and wreaths.
In the words of Groot's mother,
I didn't know we met Groot's mother.
Sure we did.
Okay.
My mother, I made the prototype of the macaroni.
Okay. I really thought you said Groot. Groot's mother.
I think I did.
Did you mean Gru?
I meant Groot.
Oh my God.
Let's fix that in post.
No, I'm not.
We'll fix
not-
that in post.
Nope. The
That's gonna
audience
be
will
fixed
now
in post.
know what I have to deal with. A husband that can't tell the difference between Gru and Groot.
One's a tree, and one was voiced by Steve Carell.
That's very true.
Woo.
I'm really happy you got that right.
All right, thank goodness.
And one is, of course, voiced by that award-winning actor Vin Diesel.
Although
Your family.
Groot's mother, what would Groot's mother sound like?
I am Groot. Just mad all the time.
Oh,
Adam. Like,
okay.
Go do your chores. That's what she said.
Wouldn't she say something different?
You are Groot.
All All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
Right?
clears that up.
Absolutely. So in Disneyland and beyond, we have just 2 news clips.
We
to
have
wrap
no
this up.
sound effect for Disney World and Beyond?
Disneyland and beyond, because it includes Disneyland and beyond.
Okay.
There you go. Very exciting to announce that Universal has already set their dates for next year's 2020 Horror Nights.
Yum.
So from September 10th to October 31st, you can visit Halloween Horror Nights, and it is their 30th year.
Wow.
So they're going to feature 10 brand new houses inspired by the past, and then 5 scare zones and live entertainment during select
Now,
nights.
how would you like to work on that committee? They opened that up like a month ago, and they're like, "Yay, we opened. Let's talk about next year."
They have to.
I know.
They
but
have to because they have to
still.
build the houses. They have to plan out, the actors and everything.
They don't have to build crap.
They,
I mean, they've got to decorate the inside of it, but they don't have to build a building.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They totally do. Some
They
of those
use
things aren't
existing
there.
buildings.
I don't know.
You
Patrick.
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the point. But we've had a blast the past 2 years
Oh,
doing this.
absolutely. We won't miss that again.
Just some of the best haunted houses. I mean, maybe not the scariest, but just from a theatrical standpoint, amazing. Just amazing work.
Well, and it's also very impressive the fact that, they get hundreds of people through a minute. I mean, you are
Second.
pushed through the house.
That is our one complaint of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's only because there's literally thousands of people that have to get through the house in a matter of hours.
Absolutely.
So you don't have time to sit and stare and look and, let's look at the paint job on the wall. No, get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
And last but not least, this is also at Universal. Dockside Inn and Suites is now going to be opening earlier than expected.
Well, thank goodness.
So this is the sister property to Universal's Endless Summer Resort, Surfside Inn and Suites, that opened earlier this summer. This is going to open in March on the 17th, and it has a relaxed beach vibe and over 2,000 new guest rooms.
Someday we'll stay on property.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done it yet.
Nope, we have not. And just for the sake of it being a travel agent, I should stay on
You
property.
probably should. All research and tax deferred.
I need to go to Volcano Bay too.
Yeah. Oh, God, you've been talking about that forever.
Yeah. So next up for our main topic, we were influenced by a question that we asked of you a couple weeks ago about what do you want us to talk about? And somebody, I think it was TJ, said, I want Patrick to talk about his least favorite
I
attractions.
got him.
And your
I
wish
got him.
has been granted. So when we come back, we are going to chat about our 5 least favorite attractions. And
I will be booed out of the room.
along with that, you will be booed out of the room. And also, we have some special guests from the Disney Discussions podcast.
Are they here?
They're not here, but they're here in spirit. And
Who's
we're
that
going
guy
to,
over there?
I don't see anybody, Patrick.
Okay.
You're referring to Bruce Willis over there? You're dead too.
He's been dead the whole time.
Oh no. So stick around, go get a drink, and when we come back, we'll talk about our least favorite attractions. So we are now going to discuss our least favorite attractions, which is a tough thing to do, I think, because we have such an affinity for the parks. But if you're worth your salt as a park goer, you definitely do have a couple of rides or shows or, experiences that you just wish Disney would get rid of or update. And year after year, you go back and you're like, oh, I can totally skip this ride. These are the rides that you don't really care about, or even the rides that you get angry about because they need to have a renovation.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that there are plenty of rides that Kate and I do not ride on. There's a whole section of Magic Kingdom back in the kids zone that we have. I think we've walked by it once.
And I mean, I've rode those rides, and I
have.
They're not even in the category right now because they're not bad rides. You know what I mean? And so we have a very scientific rubric that we used, right, Patrick?
Probably should pay attention.
Right, Patrick?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It was run by a committee of 50 monkeys.
Oh.
And
heavens.
the rubric was based on overall execution, if somebody was killed on the ride, ride mechanics, the script of the ride, the timelessness, and the overall thrill and impact of the ride. At least that's what I use.
I should have paid attention.
It's okay.
That's
And I
right.
told Patrick specifically, I said, do not tell me your least favorite because I want to know without...
And I didn't look at yours.
I didn't want to influence you, and I wanted to save. And I picked my 5 least favorite. I had a couple more on the list that I'll talk about at the end, and I'm sure Patrick has a couple that he can.
Yeah, my list is gone, but I have some I can talk
He
about.
lost his
I
list
lost my
already.
list.
Mine's on a Google Doc. His is somewhere at work. And this marriage is over. I mean, the podcast.
And tune in next week when it's the divorce court.
Oh, boy. That's a divorce court. theme
A
song.
whole new sound effects.
Anyway, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Ladies.
These are in no particular order. I just threw down my ideas again with the rubric. It was very scientific. So my first least favorite attraction, Stitch's Great Escape.
I draw exception to that
You haven't been on it.
because I'm not allowed to go on it.
It's never there.
I'm not allowed to go on it.
It's never there, partially. So
You won't ever let me go on it.
because it's never there.
You're a liar
Okay, can I
and you know
explain?
it. Please.
Okay, people that are in the know are agreeing with me right now. They get it. They know what I'm saying.
Nobody listens to us that's in the know. I'm sorry, Captain Jim.
Captain Jim, we
I
apologize.
take that back, Captain Jim.
Anyway, but so this is an interesting ride. It's not really a ride. It's an experience / show / okay. So have you been on it at all?
I'm not allowed. No.
Partially because I'm not making this up. It truly is not there sometimes.
Then why is it on your list?
Because I've been on it and it's terrible. Sometimes it's available, but more often than not nowadays, it is just the meet and greet with Stitch. You go in there and you meet Stitch and that's it. They don't have the ride running.
Why?
It's terrible.
Okay.
So it used to be the Alien ride, right? I was never around back when it was this ride, but you basically go in and sit in a circular room and you are kind of strapped into your seat as if the ride is going to move. It doesn't. And in the middle is a big canister that, through the use of fog and lighting, at some point Stitch does appear.
And then you have to laugh.
But it's a big animatronic. That's basically it. So it's a lot of pomp and circumstance for not the best experience.
It sounds like Cars.
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
And then there occasionally, like, you feel something touch your leg, and it's like it's the guest next to you.
Bonus.
Yeah, and it's like air brushing your leg, or there's water spit on you.
Oh, those are my girl's favorite.
Right,
lies.
but like you don't move, so like you're strapped in, but the ride doesn't move, nothing happens, and it's just a lot of theatrics and not for a lot of oomph.
A lot of pump, little circumstance.
Which is why Stitch's Great Escape is on my least favorite list.
Okay.
Your turn. Your turn.
Your turn.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, I see. I'm going to take one of yours because I see. What
That's okay. I have a whole list. I prepared.
All right. Well, first one on my list, again, no particular order. And I'm going to tell you that some of my list is going to anger some people.
That's
Not
what
you.
we're meant
Not
to do.
you. But will anger. But I have to explain why I dislike it.
I agree.
The first one on my list probably will not anger anybody, but it is the Speedway. The Speedway in Magic Kingdom.
I agree.
Yeah. In its day, it was pretty cool. You sit down in this little car
When was that day?
in the 50s. You sit down in a car.
The ride wasn't around
I
then.
know.
Okay.
All right, 70s. You sit down in a car and you can't really go anywhere because it's on a metal track, and you can go left and right and bang yourself into the track a couple times. And it's like a go-kart without the thrills of a go-kart.
It's the slowest thing ever.
And so this year they made this thing where they're like, "Wow, we have to move it because of Tron."
We had to close it down.
Why didn't I? And here's my thing. There's a couple things in my list that I know they won't get rid of because of nostalgia. And this is one of them. They won't get rid of this ride because people love going back there time after time because it's something they've always done. But it is time for it to go away.
And I'm with you because even though it's not my favorite ride, I do enjoy It's a Small World. Like, it serves a purpose. It's nostalgia. Even the tiki room I like.
And same thing with Peter Pan. It's not a great ride, but there's something about going through the queue and going through the ride that's just really neat.
Again, there's a lot of
I don't have that with Speedway.
in our rubric. they got points in other areas. So the Speedway, I have been on that twice, I think. And I think after the second time, I'm like, this is the go-kart ride I rode when I was 5, growing up.
Without the
There's
speed.
nothing thrilling about it.
Or being able to bump into people.
There's not really any theming that even in the queue. It's just a queue. It's just a queue, and the cars
It
are
takes a ton of space,
disappointingly
and there's
slow.
a ton they can do with that space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get rid of it.
So I totally agree with you on that. Tomorrowland Speedway.
Come at me.
to-
Come at me, to everybody.
I'm so
Come
sorry.
at me.
Yeah. My second one that I think you also might have on your list. I don't know. I've not seen your list. I
No.
didn't cheat. Is the Beauty and the Beast stage show?
I had it. Yes. Yes, I have that.
Oh my gosh. You have to understand, this is my favorite Disney film of all time.
Oh my gosh.
And I was even in a production of this years ago. And I mean, I love the music. I love the story. I love everything about this. But the show is so dated. I mean, we've seen it a couple times. And then I think the past few times we've just not cared to go.
No.
it is a.
The only reason we went last time was because Captain Jim was working.
He was working the show.
He was working the show. Otherwise, we would have not have gone the last time.
Yeah, and it's a combination of live performance and not live performance and big puppety costumes.
A ridiculous
amount.
puppety
Belle
costume.
sings, Gaston sings, LeFou is live, but then everybody else that is a character like Lumiere and Cogsworth, it's all gigantic plush costumes.
Which is
that they
why I
wear.
want to hear them perform, because I wanted to hear the beast.
Yeah, right? And there's even a big chorus of dancers, but the one experience we had with the show is one of our favorite stories, and that is we kept watching this one girl dancer the whole time because she looked like this was her last show. Like she was done with it.
Flipping birds.
Well, she was wasn't doing that. Would have made it interesting. But she just every time she looked at the audience was like an eye roll after an eye roll, and she'd come out and do a kick line. It would be like, oh my god, this is the worst kick line ever. And during her bow, I think she wasn't having it. She couldn't wait to get done with the show. It feels very old. I'm surprised they didn't update it when they had the live action movie.
Right.
They brought in Emma Watson. That would have livened it up. Sure thing. Why not?
I agree.
So that is on my list for sure. If you have to skip
Terrible.
anything,
Skip it.
that one.
Skip it.
In Hollywood Studios. You're next.
This one will draw some ire.
I can't wait. I hope it's on my list. Don't look. Go.
Okay. This one, I cannot for the life of me figure out the appeal.
I think I know what this is.
Yeah, this is Test Track
Yeah,
in
I had
Epcot.
that. I guessed that for you.
Yeah, this is Epcot's Test Track. I cannot figure out. People come off that ride and be like, "Oh, that was so cool." You sit into a car and you drive 60 miles per hour. I did that on the way to the park.
And the Magical Express.
In the rain. I did that in the rain. You're not allowed to do that in the rain in Test Track.
That Magical Express was
did it in
lit.
the rain. You drive 60 miles per hour in a car, and everyone comes off it being like, that was the greatest ride ever. It's a car ride.
You have always felt this way about
I
this ride.
don't understand the appeal. You go in, you stop fast. It's like driving with my brother.
It's like
Stopping fast, going fast, tailgating. It's like driving with my brother.
So you
and I
never-
don't mean my brother John, I mean my brother Rocco. Just want to clear
Rocco
that
theme.
up.
You've never enjoyed making the car, that part of it?
No, because
We usually have a fast pass.
because I'm always with somebody who cheats and goes online and figure out how to do the design the best.
Listen, I feel attacked right now. I feel attacked.
So there's no way I could possibly win because the person I'm with has already gone online and been like, I'm going to do this and spend the time this and hit these 3 keys and get a special code.
Or the other fun thing is to make the worst car possible.
Which you never would do
No,
because you
I'm too
can't
competitive.
lose.
No.
You
I
cannot
do lose. I never have the best car in Test
Well,
Track.
we never do that because we do Fast Pass.
Yeah, that's
so
very
we
true.
just get in the
skip
car and
that.
drive.
We do.
Which, again, I don't get it.
Now, I wasn't about to put this on my list, but I understand your point. I enjoy the whole testing experience. Like, that's fun. I think it's a lot of fun to just blast outside and go 60 miles an hour.
We do that every day.
Not with the top down. This is a
Your
convertible.
your top's down all the time. What are you kidding?
Oh, that's why I got kicked off the ride. I didn't know that. But it's kind of like Dinosaur meets a popular car. Because you're in the dark and you've often complained about Dinosaur being very jerky.
Right.
The movement is it's too dark to see anything. And,
Right.
and that's kind of what the first part of Test Track is.
Yeah.
So
Wet conditions, dry conditions. You're driving a car.
you're in the ice. I'm like, we're from Erie. We're always in the ice.
Yeah, seriously.
This is awful. Okay.
You're next.
I am next. Do I want to be controversial?
Do it. I
Okay.
was. And I'm not
I
done.
feel like you're gonna agree with me on this one.
All right.
Illuminations?
Yeah. No, I'm
click, click,
100% with you. Is that the
There's all
sound
the
of people
clicking.
clicking off?
Clicking off today.
No, I'm with you 100%.
Ah.
You unless you're in the right spot, you don't really see what's going on, and then that globe would spin for hours on end.
Forever. I mean, literally like 6 hours.
Look, there's an elephant on the globe. Fantastic.
I couldn't even make that out. I just made out. Oh, Illuminations on. Let's make out.
Who with who?
Donald Duck. This big puppet.
No, I agree with you. I'm happy that Illuminations is done, and I'm happy that they're moving on.
I
from
will
it.
say that the fireworks part of it was the best part. The
I
actual
disagree.
fire. Okay.
I disagree with that.
I have never, maybe the first time seen it, but then in the second and third viewing of Illuminations, I just never felt like it was a Disney, like a Disney fire. Like you see the fireworks at the castle at Magic Kingdom, and you're like, this is amazing. And I don't know. It just, I think because it was dated and some of the effects were just kind of slow. The globe really kind of killed it for me. And then the fire. I never understand why fire is entertaining.
Fire!
Like the fire that just shoots off the globe at times. I'm like, okay, it's fire.
I will tell you that standing 100 yards away from a platform and then they light that thing and you feel the heat.
That's cool.
That's cool. It is. It's really
You
cool.
just want to feel warm from a show?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I want some warmth from something.
You know what my favorite part of Illuminations actually was?
The end?
No. When I got the ash in my eye. Which also was not a perk. But no, when they lit up the nations.
Yes.
That was neat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except for Morocco, which we were always really
Didn't
confused.
care about. They don't give a shit for Morocco. Sorry, Morocco. So that's on my list, and I know that might cause some controversy. But if you like
you
it,
wait.
If you
You
like it,
wait.
maybe people have an affinity for it because they grew up with it, which I did not.
Again, there's a nostalgia piece of this that I am taking out completely in all of my selections.
Exactly. So
Me?
that was me. So your
Me,
turn.
me? Okay.
Yeah.
So you hinted at my next one.
I did.
Yeah, you hinted at it.
Okay.
You hinted at the dinosaur ride in Animal Kingdom. But I'm gonna go one step further.
Uh-oh.
All of Dino Land.
Oh no!
All of Dino Land.
Oh no!
Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
he went
All of Dino Land needs to go away. All of it. All of it. There's nothing redeemable in that land. Nothing. I get it's for the children. It's for the little children.
Donald Duck dressed as a dinosaur is enchanting.
Get rid of it.
As is Chip and
Trash it.
Dale dressed like
Trash it all.
dinosaurs.
I could skip that part of the park and be happy. The only thing that part of the park is good for is taking people away from other rides.
You know what? We've never done like Restaurantosaurus. We've never done any of those.
No, but we've
food
done
there.
some of the rides on there.
We've done Medieval World, which is currently shut down. Primeval
Wah,
World.
wah.
Medieval World.
Medieval
I'm in the
World.
wrong decade.
Hello.
Primeval World. We've done that, which is not a bad ride.
It's okay.
It's not, but it's not on my list.
Well, the whole land, and like I'm saying, the whole land needs to go.
Bomb
away.
it.
And the worst part of that land is the dinosaur ride.
Oh, I see. I like dinosaur.
I know you do. I cannot understand that. It's jerky. It's dark. I can't see what's
It
happening.
features a wonderful Felicia Rashad.
I don't understand the plot.
You have to go back and get the iguanodon
Yes, Iguanodon. How do you remember this crap?
because Felicia Rashad told me.
All right. Anyway, it's dated. It's old. The whole land needs to be evaporated.
All right, you're in. The dialogue is pretty bad. It's not as bad as Pandora's Flight of Passage, and then you'll know you will, fly.
We got two more.
That could be a whole episode. The worst scripted dialogue from rides.
That is
That
top
is
of
an
my
episode.
list.
That is our
Top
next
of-
week's episode.
No, it's not next
Come
week's.
on.
We just did the worst of. We don't want to keep trashing on Disney.
We love Disney. No, it's more of a like how you make fun of your best friend or your husband. It's like that.
Oh, dang.
You mean it with the best of
that
intentions.
one stung a little bit.
But I called you my best friend and husband.
And we're on to the next one. You have
Okay.
two left. What's your
I have
fourth?
two?
Yeah.
I can't go any further without mentioning what a garbage fire Up an Epic Bird Adventure is.
Don't even, because that's on my list because you love it so much.
I like the birds. I hate the show.
Oh my god.
Let me be clear.
For the last couple times, we have to go see it because you want to see it.
I love
I
birds.
think you're dying to get crapped on. That's all I think you want.
I just want to be the one person that they call up to be like, here, hold this out for the bird to take. I love birds so much, but the script is god awful. It is
The
terrible.
whole show
We've
is
seen it
god-awful.
twice, and I feel like it got a little bit better the second time,
Nope.
but not by much. It's a terrible script. It features two puppeted costume characters, Russell and Doug, and the timing's not good. The pacing's not good. The birds are great, but the show itself is terrible. They just basically took Flights of Wonder and updated it to
Yep.
include the Up characters, which would have been great, but it wasn't executed well,
Nope.
in my opinion.
Nope.
So that one's definitely on there. It's a nice way to kill 30 minutes,
But
but
it's
it's under cover, kind of.
It's not, and that's the other thing.
It is a little bit.
But it's not air conditioned because it's outdoors. So on a very hot day and you're exhausted and your wife is like, let's go watch the bird show. And you're like, God, no, I don't want to watch a bird show. Yep.
I don't have a sound effect for that. I'm just going to saber you. I'm going to saber you right now. I don't have anything else to do to you.
It's hot. I don't want to watch birds crap on people.
Love birds.
I know.
So much. Especially when they talk and they fly through rings.
Paying attention,
But
Disney?
It's a terrible show.
Yeah. All right.
Which actually, I think, do I have one more after this?
You've got one more after
Okay,
this,
thank God. Okay.
My last two are I don't know the order to do this in because one will anger people. I'm going to save that one for last.
Okay.
I'll save the angry one for
All
last. Right. My next one, and I was surprised when I went through this list, the majority of the ones I disliked were Magic Kingdom, which really surprised me.
Sure. That is not surprising.
This one was really cool for a number of years, and recently I have no desire to go into it. Any guesses?
We're done, aren't we? Our marriage is over, isn't it? If you say Haunted Mansion, I'm going to flip the table.
Not Haunted Mansion.
I'm almost crying right now. You are scaring me. Go on.
It is very close to
Is it
Haunted
Small
Mansion.
World?
It is the Hall of Presidents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whew,
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
Marriage saved. So Hall of Presidents is a wax museum of all the different presidents giving their little talks, and they all say something, and it's all wax museum, and they come up from the floor. It's a little creepy.
What did Abraham Lincoln say, Patrick?
He said, let's go see a movie. I think that was
It was a play, but okay.
Oh, that's right. Let's go see a play. That's right. I think that was his last thing. Yeah. So, so it was a really cool thing number of years ago. And then after this last election, the people that go to it turn it into a political thing where they applaud their favorite presidents and boo the presidents they don't like.
Who might that be, Patrick?
Well, I'll tell you, the one time we were there, I laughed really, really hard because they announced Polk, and somebody in the audience went, yeah! And that made me giggle. But it's turned into a divisive thing and a disrespectful thing, and I don't want to go into it because that's all I'm going to hear is cheers and boos, and I don't want it. I don't want that. I'm tired of the political crap. I don't want it Disney.
It has one redeeming quality. It's a great place for a nap.
It is, but even better is the American Pavilion in Epcot. But I will tell you that I don't blame Disney for this because I think Disney does a really nice job of keeping the politics out. I don't think that it's political because Disney makes it political. I think the climate that we live in does it, and I think that's why I don't like the ride so much.
Okay. I agree. I totally agree. I agree.
I don't want to go in there. I don't want to be angry when I come out because people are being idiots.
Yeah. Am I down to one more?
You're down to one more. Pick carefully.
I have a lot of honorable mentions for different reasons, which we'll get through at the end. But I think I have to go with my gut here based on things that we've said every time. And I get angrier and angrier as we leave this. Rivers of Light. At Animal Kingdom.
Rivers of Light.
Rivers of Light. We Are One is the latest iteration of it. Both times, I think I've seen it. I've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times. I've seen it. I've left and gone, that's the best they can do.
Yep.
And I mean, it was billed as a combination of Fantasia and animals and Disney properties and conservation efforts. And the first iteration was really more rooted in the conservation efforts. And it was floating things on the water, some ships, some live actors, not many, light up floats, and then water shooting with projection. The projections weren't good.
Yeah.
They were terrible quality.
Now, understand that Animal Kingdom has a definite problem with their nighttime show is that they can't use fireworks.
Right.
Because of the animals in the park and because of what that would do to their stress levels, they really can't set up fireworks in Animal Kingdom.
Now I really want to see fireworks in the safari.
I want to be on the safari when the boomers hit.
And as you can see, kids, the giraffes are running. They're running away. Look at them run.
Oh, look at the lion coming at us. He's
look,
angry.
He's here. Oh, my God, he's over his encampment. Oh my God.
Yeah. So Epcot or Animal Kingdom is kind of limited in what they can do for their nighttime show.
But
Water
still,
cannons are not the answer, in my opinion.
They're not that great. I mean, Fantasmic does them so well. maybe because of the proximity to the water cannon. But the animations were great. When they updated it to We Are One, they definitely included more footage from Disney films that featured animals, which was a good move. But the overall execution just leaves you wanting.
Yeah.
Very much wanting.
You-
I would rather sit through Illuminations than that.
You have picked a lot of shows. You did. You picked a lot of shows.
Like
on
I
your
said,
list.
it's based on more of like a, was I disappointed when I left?
Yeah.
And because you're so impressed by so much at Disney that to be disappointed, you're
Mm-hmm.
like, come on, get your crap together.
Before I get to my last one, we do need to do some honorable mentions.
Sure. Okay,
So-
you ready? I'm
so-
gonna go through these real quick.
I've got one to add to your. I liked your list, but
I
I
have
have
like
one.
10,
I've
yeah.
got one to add to it.
Okay, go.
And my one I'm going to add to it is the Navi River journey.
I almost put that on here, but it has enough redeeming qualities to.
It
not
has
include
a
$5 million animatronic.
$5 million male/female animatronic at the end.
The Shaman of Songs.
Shaman.
Shaman. It's a her.
Shaman of songs, and then sings that god awful song that if you're ever trapped on the boat and stand in front of it. Yeah, it's wonderful for 10 minutes as you're stuck. That's on my list of honorable mentions. What else do you have? Okay. Now you're moving like them. Her. It. They. You're moving like
God,
they.
I want to be that for Halloween. Okay, so honorable mentions again. Shows or attractions that we don't hate, but could possibly.
And we're not
be
going to go into
improved.
detail about these, so we'll blow past them.
Figment.
Yep,
Sorry,
terrible.
That's a nostalgia one. Voyage of the Little Mermaid. This is the show, not the ride. Want to be careful when I say that. The Voyage
The
of the
show.
Little Mermaid. The show, yeah, that one.
What was the show?
It's where Ariel is a live girl and sings.
Where?
It's in Hollywood Studios. Again, we never go because
I
it's terrible.
don't even know if I've ever been
It
there.
rains on you at one point.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't know that at all.
Okay. Puppets, neon puppets?
Nope.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Flounder smokes a doobie. Do you remember this show?
Don't remember that unless you shared. I don't remember.
Alien swirling saucers.
Yes. Yes.
A new one, but
Yep.
disappointing.
Disappointing.
Magic carpets of Aladdin.
Yep. And you also not on your list, Astroglide,
Astro Orbiter.
Astro Orbiter.
And I disagree with you. I think that it's a valid ride because it has a great view of the Magic Kingdom. Boom.
Mic drop.
And an elevator.
And an elevator.
The great movie ride.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We liked parts of it. We hated the acting. Big Thunder Mountain.
What?
Sorry.
Big Thunder Mountain. Which one's that one?
One we never ride. The one where, it's like a 50-minute wait and you get on the ride and you're like, this is it. It's prospecting town, you're digging for gold.
With the animatronics of the dwarves?
No, that's the mine train.
What's
Patrick.
Big Thunder Mountain?
The one we never, it's next door to Splash Mountain. We never ride it.
We need to ride it next. I want to see it next.
Thanks a lot. The one-time visited Country Bear Jamboree.
Yep. Nope.
And Lightning McQueen's Racing
Which I
Academy.
believe I mentioned that one. Yeah.
You did. Yeah. It just didn't have any pop. Anyway, your last one.
My last one is really going to anger people.
Oh, I can't wait. Is it something I love?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, and the reason I don't like it is personal. It has nothing to do with the ride itself.
Did Flounder touch you in the wrong spot?
Only if then it would have been on my favorite list. Sticking Flounder, ghosting me.
Okay, is there a
so-
build up to this?
I like riding rides. I like rides that go up and go down and roller coasters and stuff like that. I cannot do a spinning ride.
I know exactly.
So
what this is.
I cannot ever step foot on the teacups.
Yep.
Because I will lose my teacups if I do that.
You have long since said this. You've refused to go on this ride.
I refuse to go on the ride because I know myself well enough that I will be on the ride with somebody who will be like, let's spin a lot. And I'll be like, sure, but you're going to clean up afterwards because I will uke all over you.
And you'll poop probably too.
And probably soil myself
And
as
pee
well.
a little bit.
A little bit.
No, you hate spinny rides.
Yep. So the teacups, and there's a nostalgic, like the photos from the 70s, all the people riding it. Yeah, great. It's all wonderful. That will be a ride I will never, ever ride, ever.
Well, we also this week have a very special feature from the Disney Discussion podcast from Tony and his two sons. They also gave their least favorite attractions, so have a listen.
Aloha. Aloha.
Hi, this is Tony, the Disney Dad, and
Sparrow.
from the Disney Discussions podcast. Kate and Patrick, we're excited to be on your show. Just to mention our 3 least favorite attractions. We heard you guys were talking about this, so we needed to chime in. We love your show. It's a great show, so we're happy to be here. So let's start off. Stitch, what is one of your least favorite attractions in Walt Disney World?
I'm going to say the one that's not my least favorite. I'll say that one for last.
Okay.
Mission Space.
Mission Space. Why is that one of your least favorites?
Because I never went on it, and people say that you can throw up on it.
Yeah, you actually had an uncle who went on it and threw up right after. It was right around when it opened. All right, Sparrow, what's one of your least favorite?
One of my least favorite is Small World because it's very annoying.
The song? The song gets stuck in your head. You don't like that?
It's the longest played song ever.
It is the most played song ever. You're right. I remember hearing that. All right, one of my least favorites is Aladdin's Magic Carpets. I don't like where it is in the land. It gets in the way with the crowd. We already have 2 other spinner rides in Magic Kingdom with Dumbo and the Astro Orbiters, and I don't think we need this.
How about we take away Dumbo?
No, you can't take away Dumbo. That's a classic. No way.
But Aladdin's also a classic.
Dumbo is classicer? More classicer? You can't get rid of Dumbo. What's your second least favorite ride?
Haunted Mansion. Because we have a really funny memory, and it just scared the pants off of me.
It did. You didn't even make through the
Stretching room.
and that's it. That's as far as you could make it. You ran out with your poppy. Said, I'm done.
I actually felt like my pants were about to fall off. I was like,
What?
"Ah!" I actually did jump high, and my pants were actually a little loose, so I jumped
really?
high, and it was like they started to go down. And I was like, "Ah!"
Like a cartoon or something,
Yeah.
right?
They almost fell off. They did not. So that would be very embarrassing if they did.
That would be very embarrassing. All right. Sparrow, what's another least favorite?
Primeval Whirl. It's very spinny and annoying too.
Yeah.
Whee!
I kind of like that ride. It's okay. It's a normal carnival ride. It's not really a good Disney ride, right?
Yeah.
You could get that ride
I
anywhere.
like it.
Yeah, it's all right.
There's better rides at Six Flags.
Whee!
There are some better rides at Six Flags. All right, I'm going to say for my second least favorite ride is the Speedway with the cars.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're loud. I think they smell.
They're annoying. You don't even have to drive them.
Right. They kind of drive on their own. It takes up a big amount of space.
You could take selfies, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, why don't you tell, like, last time you were on it?
Oh yeah,
Sparrow.
I was on with my grandpa, and the dude in front of us just went on it. Was just taking selfies.
The whole time. Was he with a child?
No,
No, it was
it was just him.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to judge anybody, but okay. You do with what you will. But yeah, I'd say get rid of the Speedway. We could put something else in there.
Yeah.
All right. Stitch, what is your least favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World?
Least favorite ride ever is Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Yeah. You went on it, though.
Yeah.
You did it.
And you realize I did say ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever.
You'll never go on it again?
No.
No? Why?
So we probably went on like the second night of our vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to stay for 7 days. The next 5 days I had nightmares. Yeah. And I just hate the feeling of your belly dropping.
Yeah, so what do you like less? The story or the drop?
I like less.
Yeah. What is your least favorite on that?
Story.
The story? That scared you? All right.
The drop is okay. It's like, woo, 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 woo.
Sparrow, your least favorite ride in Walt Disney World?
Well, it's not my least favorite ride. in
Okay,
all
but
Walt
one of
Disney
your
World
least.
is Dumbo.
Really?
Yes.
You're going after the classic we talked about
I am.
earlier.
I'm going after the classic.
Well, you're too cool for that.
No, it's just Dumbo. No,
just
nobody
Dumbo.
likes Dumbo.
I like Dumbo. I'm a grown adult and I like Dumbo.
Everybody likes Dumbo.
Not everybody. We know one person who doesn't. All right, and then my least favorite ride. I hesitate this, but I'm going to say Dinosaur. I like the ride, but I think it needs some major updating. It was much better when it first came out. I just think lately they haven't kept it up, so it's not as good as it should be. So that's why I think it's one of my least favorites. It's not as good as I expect it to be. All right, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pick your least favorite ride. There's so many good rides in Walt
Yeah.
Disney World.
Turns out there
Yeah.
are also some bad ones.
Yes, but just a few. Thank you, Kate and Patrick,
Yeah.
for having us on. We appreciate
Yeah.
it. Check our podcast out, Disney Discussions, if you like hearing a father and his 2 sons talk all about Disney.
And go to DisneyDiscussions.com and you can listen to our other episodes.
See you real soon.
Aloha. Aloha.
Oh my God. That is so freaking
I am
cute.
so happy we did not listen to that beforehand.
We saved this especially to listen to it as we recorded.
That was awesome.
And I kept saying to Patrick, we should do a reaction, like have our reactions in the background. He's like, no, let's let him talk.
No.
First of all, first thing, I would like Stitch to have several sound effects on my soundboard. Whee! Yeah, like he had so many great sound effects. I have a couple of issues.
Yeah. And this is why we didn't do the reaction, because it would have been her going the entire time.
I was gasping a lot. Stitch, I need you to revisit the Haunted Mansion and Tower of Terror, please, because those are two of my favorite rides. I feel attacked right now.
Again?
I feel very attacked. And then I was very charmed to hear that you and Tony share a lot of the same
We do.
beliefs
we do.
in what you don't like. What else did they mention that I was like, I didn't even think about Dumbo. I mean, that is iconic. Like
The same thing with the teacups. It's iconic.
Dumbo and Aladdin are the same ride. Right?
Yes, you're
Basically,
right.
but
You're right.
Dumbo's way cuter. Except for the camel.
Except the thing's spitting on you. Yes.
Oh, that was just so delightful.
Oh, that was wonderful. I am listening to their podcast. I'm going to put that on my list.
They're great. They're great.
I'm putting that on my list.
They share like their favorites of other things too. They did a great Marvel episode on Endgame. They did a recap. It was awesome. You have two very well spoken boys. Tony.
Yeah, what's the podcast name
This is
again?
Disney Discussions podcast.
Discussions. I have to
And
remember that.
not only because they're adorable and awesome and fun, but they are great helping other podcasts out on the Twitter. So you guys need to check them out. I almost am like, I shouldn't be playing this clip. They're too good.
Yeah. Everyone's going to jump ship on us.
Click. So, but that's okay because that's what we do here. We help everybody out.
Man,
and
that was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I want to re-listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Speedway, they were dead on, and
Yep.
he was right.
Smell.
He said, it just drives itself.
And the smell, and it does. It
Smells
smells
awful.
bad.
Smells so bad.
They just go away.
Oh, guys, thanks so much for sharing that with us. I would love to have them on live for the show. Not live, but I would love to have them on
Well, not
right
dead,
now. Call them in.
but-
Yeah, no, I'd love to have them on the show at some point, to call in and have them record live with us when we do record. But
I agree.
yes, thank you guys so much. That was great.
Yep.
As for us, that's all we got. Down the pike, we're hoping to talk a little bit about perhaps how to get the most out of a hotel stay, whether you're going to stay at a value resort or a moderate, what the best choice would be for your buck. And also we're going to chat about, I think we discovered today, what was the episode topic that I would like to go into? The worst scripts of all time on Disney rides, which I think we can have a lot of fun with. Thinking about all the wonderful dialogue that we hear on rides between
Haunted Mansion
characters.
may be on that list.
No, you shut your mouth. That is a pure ride.
It makes children drop their pants. It's a terrible ride.
And some men, who knows? Anyway, this has been another episode of Earful. Join us next Tuesday for another episode.
Or a Tuesday in the future.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be more consistent now. But you can also reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And again, give our friends Disney Discussions a look and a listen. See you next week. Bye-bye.